Okay, so it looks like we're all running correctly. I think. Yeah, okay, stream's running a little bit behind. This is, I'm not really new. Well, sorry, I'm not really new. I am quite new to this. So we're going to be doing this match here for the play-in for the UK and Ireland Jigoku League. It's the last play-in round, and then we're into the top 8. If you want to see how the rest of the league went, it's all on here. 4-2s made the cut, and some people had buys, obviously. But we're going to be using Kasparis on Crane, Ross on Lion. I've got both their decks here. So Ross is playing Honor Crane, I think? Yeah, okay. So Ross is just playing Honor on Queued in a Coma. It looks fairly standard. Frostbitten's an interesting one. Is this Honor? Okay, so this looks like Honor. But it also doesn't. So I'm not sure exactly what he's doing here. I think it's just sort of a hybrid Honor, gain Honor while killing you. Oh, our game's up. Let's watch. Crane. Kasparis deck looks like box standard Crane. Let go splash. Yeah, there's nothing interesting or exciting. He's on Toshimoko's as RL, so that's something. Are they ready? Not yet. Okay. So this is my first attempt to cast one of these games, so I'm doing it alone. It'd be lovely if I had someone to cast with. That would probably make things earlier, but if anyone listened to Troll5R, you probably know that I can just talk bullshit to myself for a while, so it's mostly what that podcast was. Sparks was there, but I took charge mostly. So let's just have a drill in here, because I'm still not really sure what he's doing with this deck. So it's got like 3 Prodigies, 3 Kionos, like, it looks like... I think it is just a sort of mid-range deck that's gonna gain Honor. I don't know if he's going to bid 1 or 5. I think he could do either. He's running 2 Assassinations. He's not an Honor deck. He's leveraging Honor gain, and I think the idea is he can gain Honor if he needs to, which is cool. I like seeing switch decks. I like seeing things just a little bit off meta, a bit more exciting. Did he have Crones? He does have 2 Crones. Crones are super annoying. Is there anything interesting in this Crane deck? 2 Duel to the Death. Interesting, I guess. What's he on? He's Seeker of Void. Anything interesting here? No. No. I'm not sure I like this 2 random lost papers. And Proving Grounds isn't as good. Without policy debate, there's a lot less ways, and he's only on 2 duelist training as well. Like, he does not have that many duels at all. game's up, so... Let's have a look, see how this goes. So starting with Ross mulliganing for Dynasty. Really didn't like his start, but he's kept his hand. Always a good sign. Well, good sign for him, I guess, not for Caspi. I'm not really sure what. I think it's Casper. I'm just gonna call him Casper. Like it's Kasparez. I'm gonna call him Casper. It's easier. And McVie is Ross McVicker, who's done pretty good. He went, I think, undefeated in the UK Grand Championship. Through Swiss, that is, not overall. He lost out to possibly Marius, but he's a really good player. He's one of the Scottish people who've been coming through and doing good things recently. So that City of the Rich Frogs flipped a it's not great. How much did Casper mulligan to? It's not a very nice start. Like he gets the full-on Toshimoko out, I guess, but I don't think it's that great. I guess it is if you're just into a Motsu. They're both drawing 5. That's unless Casper knows what Ross is playing. I think that 5 bid is really risky because if Ross is actually on Honor, and I would call Honor if I was looking at this board and this province, like if you bid 5, you just and they bid 1, I think you're just dead, like dead. But it's 5 to 5, so maybe he knew he wasn't playing against Honor. So he attaches a new name to Toshimoko. Which, I mean, it's fine. I don't think he needed it yet, unless he's, I guess he's going to first action Kikita Dojo, so he wants a bit of military, but I don't think it's a big deal. But it's probably going to end up on him anyway. Is anyone even watching? Oh yeah, cool. So, if you are watching, feel free to chat, because this is like my first real stream, and I think Twitch starts to pick up on things when people start chatting. And we all know that L5R is the big game to be playing on Twitch these days. That's where the big advertising money is our little LCG. I'm sorry you can hear me. Is the volume okay actually? Because I had issues with the volume previously. Like I don't know if it's too loud or too quiet. Cool. So Motsu's attacking political fire into the city of all the holdings. So I think Toshimoko's probably just going to fire off Kikita Dojo here. Fire it off. You probably bid 1-1. Maybe the lion bids up, and you're okay with that because you don't bow and you still honor. I'm not sure I like the pass because if a military pump comes out now, then he can't. He's not winning the duel for the Kikita Dojo bow. Yeah. Like I think the obvious play there was you Kikita Dojo, probably bow him out, honor Toshimoko, draw a card with Proving Ground. Instead, you're losing the conflict. Yeah, tied on military, so... For shame, into ready for battle. Can't cancel it because he hasn't honoured his guy yet. Oh, and Motsu's honoured, because that's how Voice of Honour works. I'm a Crane loyalist. I know how Crane cards work. I think he might just have to, depending on what's in his hand, he might have to suck up the loss here, because he's not going to, there we go. He should still be Kikita Dojoing though. Like, just waiting and hoping to trigger Toshimoko or something. Well, you don't need to trigger it if you're winning, I guess, but get your honor character in your card and... Alright, fine. He can do it now. I need to get one of those fancy add-ons that I can see stream chat over here, because I have to keep opening it, which I know anyone watching can't see, but it covers up the screen when I do it. So I don't think that other new name was necessary. Like, he was already 4 skill up for the military duel. Like, did he really need to throw away a new name to go 5 skill up? I think no. It's a risky move home if he has... Is Ross running... Ross isn't running the stand attachment, so... Oh, wrong button. So, I say that's a risky move home. I don't know if they're open lists, because the bid 5 is weird, and the running away is weird, without knowing that information. I know they sent me their list privately, not to each other. Yeah. Let's watch Toshimoko go smash face now. I think I would probably, like, Toturi is scary, but I think Ikehata is just more annoying. Like, the dual deck needs to oppose. I think I would go break this province out the way. Because he can forebears Toturian later anyway. Yep. Yep, so long attachments. Yeah, that's a good point. I know Casper's quite new. He got through, I think he was 3-2, and his opponent in the last round didn't really want to play, which nudged him into the 4-2. Casper definitely is new. He is still learning, whereas Ross has got good results to back himself up already. That said, that's still painful to see. And Ross had conflict character from hand. There is nothing that Casper can do about this, I don't think. Is he running Assassinate? Nope, he's got no fate, so... I keep clicking the wrong tab there. He's got no fate, so this is going down if Ross has a Banzai or something. Not sure I like the Void Ring here though. Like, you take Toshimoko from 3 to 2, it's good, but you're both quite low on cards. I think an Earth Ring would help push it over the edge. Or a Water Ring to take the favor. Probably not the Water Ring. I don't think defating a 3-fate Toshimoko, which you know he has 2 of in the deck to dupe later anyway, I don't think that's worth it. Remember, we don't want to punish people for attacking. Just remember that. And yeah, he's going to keep the Ikihata, which is pretty good against Toshimoko if he doesn't draw any move tech. So what have we got? We got Kaizen and Duelist. Reasonable. Oh, and Lost Papers bows out Toshimoko anyway. I think this might be difficult for Casper to claw back into at this point. They're both low on cards. How's Ross so low on cards? They both bid 5, right? Oh, it's conflict character. Yeah. So Toshimoko's going to have a little nap this turn. Now it's actually probably worthwhile having done that void with that flip, because you can void again and just clear Toshimoko off. That Kaizen isn't going to defend at all. Here come the Lion armies. Is there any stand in this Crane deck? That's not the Crane deck. No. No. So I think Casper probably loses 2 provinces this turn. He's going to lose. Well, he's got the first conflict, and I don't think he can attack. But he's not. He can't defend the political because Ikehata's going to covert. So then Kaizen has to handle Motsu and Reservist and Berserker, I guess. I think I guess he can attack as well to try and stand Toshimoko. That is a ring. I don't think he's running formal invitation. Oh, he's running 3 formal invitation. I'm wrong. Yeah, I guess going water, you can force a defense out of this, but also Ross could defend with Motsu and then pull Toshimoko in here, and then the water ring doesn't really stand Toshimoko. Depending on what he hits here, I could see the Motsu defense dragging Toshimoko, and then so what with the water ring, you know? Like he can bow Berserker or something if he wins, and I think I'd be fine with that. Or you defend with Motsu, dragging Toshimoko, and then run Motsu away anyway, and then you're pretty set for the turn, I think. Kaizen duel at 3 versus 3 isn't a big deal. Kaizen can run away here, I guess. But then, like, he hasn't really accomplished much anyway if Kaizen duels to run away. because you favourable ground Matsu away, and then you can still do your covert political with Ikehata. I did play Crane once, quite a long time ago. I did realise when I started playing a Crane deck the other day that I actually hadn't played Crane this year. I think at all this year. Depends if a decade starts in 2020 or 2021. Like, did the first decade BC start at 1 BC or at 0 BC? Because if it started at 0 BC, then the decade actually... Then the decade ended... Oh, I don't know, I'm just talking shit now, I'm hungry. What are we doing? Oh, Kaizen ran away and Matsu just dragged him straight back. It's probably fine. This is interesting. Because he's going to have to play this and one other card just to be tying. And if he does get in a good situation, Ross can just eject anyway and just go, yeah, whatever. Got one more katana. That's interesting. So he's pumped Kaizen's military. Kaizen's still only 2 political, and he's gonna do a political duel to not bow against the 5 strength Matsu. Unless he's planning on bidding high here, I'm not... I wonder if he thought Return the Offense was a military duel. Which is possible. Yep. He has just noticed that. So that's why he did the Banzai. Bit of a waste. Even more of a waste because Matsu's not going to bow from resolution here. Yeah, this... Sometimes I get Crane cards wrong. And by sometimes I mean I've done it quite a lot just in the last few days. That is an example of getting a Crane card wrong. For sure. Yeah. So Kaizen's going home, bowed. Ooh. Okay. Ouch. I was going to say, I guess he must have... He probably decided he was going to have to fight it, given what he'd just invested. But with that assassination... I wonder if he can start dropping his bids and just dishonor Ross out. I think if I was in Casper's place right now, that's probably the best route to victory you've got, is... and that precludes Ross just doing a airing this turn. That said, I'm pretty confident. Oh, he's going to go do Void. It's probably the right call. I think I would still go air over earth if I was Ross as my second conflict. Just bump back up to 8 so you're not scared. Prop? Yeah, maybe I would have gone there. Depends how much. If he's got court games or another fan, I guess he's in good stead. I know Casper's got let goes in his deck. I think he probably would want to use one here if he has one. Like, realistically, you want to save them for the tactical ingenuities, but that works. Running 3 of them is definitely useful. In about 1 in 10 situations. I don't think I'd ever run more than 2 formals. So Toshimoku moves in, which means he's probably going to be able to duel Ikehata here and just end the conflict. So he salvaged something. He's not losing 2 provinces this turn. Still gonna die to the military when Matsu goes trampling over, but I think being 2 provinces to 1 next turn would be a good spot, and it also forces Ross to just go void again. So you actually do still have the that dishonor potential next turn. I want to see him throw this away at the end of turn though, because he's got no visible courtiers. Ross isn't really running much in the way of useful attachments, and he's got let goes anyway. I would probably drop Proving Ground as... Maybe if you're going to bid 1, then you have to keep the Proving Ground, but I think end of turn, oh, this can go away anyway. You're going to lose the Toshimoku, you need to find something strong. So I don't think leaving this here is helpful. Unless it is. So I think given Casper's mistakes this turn, and just the bad luck of things like lost papers going against him, I think he's had a reasonable turn compared to what he could have had for sure. Like, Crane are clearly overpowered because no other clan could have held that, and if he lasts, I think, 1 more turn, then he'll be fairly well stabilized. And Line are in trouble with honor, so it's really dangerous for Ross to bid up on his card draw this turn. Although he did just flip a Taturi. Go over here. Dupe for Kaizen. Yeah, see, this is why I want to get rid of the Proving Ground. Like, he can only really buy 1 of these, and I think it's probably going to end up being the Negotiator, because he has Courtier lock cards. He has Courtier lock cards, yeah, there we go. I would consider... If Ross plays a character rather than passes, I think I would pass first here. Just take the fate away from Ross. Like, you've got 2 fate on Kaizen. Totori actually might double fate him, so maybe that is worth it. I just like money. So Kyono is the one that stands, right? Okay. We haven't seen any of Ross's splash come out yet. He's got one voice, two admit defeat. I like that. Criminally underplayed card. So now the Proving Ground's actually pretty good because they're both on bid 1. If I'm Ross, I don't like. If I'm Ross, I'm doing a political conflict first, or am I doing a military conflict with Toturi first? I don't know. What do you think? Whoever's watching. We'll find out in a second. I think without seeing his hand, it's hard to tell, but I think both are good options. I think possibly doing the political first with Ikehata. Covert through that negotiator, because whatever. Oh, you've got the stupid dojo. I think political first is still better because you wanna honor this guy ready for the defense, and Ikehata would let you do that. Military Earth I could see as well. Earth is good. I would consider Fire. It's like one less fate, but it impacts the board for the for the whole turn. And you could go Military Fire, dump in Toturi, and get double Fire. But he'll go for the. I'm guessing he'll go for the Toturi and double Earth. He'll wait for Shameful to get used, and then he'll dump Toturi into play. Yeah, that's true. Any more formal invitations? If they don't know each other's deck list after I've seen one gone, I'll generally not worry about it too much for the game against Crane. Like, I don't think 3 is normal at all. It's rare I see more than one. So I think after this game, there is Dario versus Calum in about half an hour for the Battle of the Lions in the top 8. I might try and watch them, or I might just go get something to eat because I'm hungry. Hashtag ban Crane. I played a Crane mirror earlier, and it was horrific. The deck I was playing against. Turn 1, he had a 3 fate challenger with about 6 attachments on him, so I couldn't really deal with that. Return the offense. I think you've got a bid 1-1 here. Like, if you're Casper, yeah, I think you're happy to bid 1 here if you're Casper, because if to tie the duel, Ross has to bid up. Yeah. So like, if Ross wanted to win, he'd have had to bid 3, like, and drop to 4 honor. I think as Casper, you're just happy to bid 1 and not care. But that also works. Because he can dojo him now. It's 5-5. Maybe not. If he gets a bit more mill buff, he can dojo Motsu, and he won't be able to ready for battle him. But there's still Toturi waiting in the wings. Yes, Jason, the Uni-Splash Tower that was running the weird hawk, the unicorn hawk that looks at provinces. So Solbion approach to Honor Kiyomo there is fairly interesting. I assume he was trying to turn off Voice of Honor, which means I assume he's about to play some events. But burning a Voice of Honor is almost as effective. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what he was Solbion reproaching for. Yes, Jason, Hunting Falcon with Magistrate Station. It's not a combo. Hunting Falcon just looks at my provinces. His Hunting Falcon just looks at a province. Doesn't reveal it or anything. I don't think. Have I got that card wrong? Yeah, it doesn't do anything. But what it does do is, where's it gone? Be a 0 cost +1 attachment without restricted, because we haven't had any problems with those in the game so far. So what have I just missed? Hang on. Right, so he tried to get rid. He got rid of the Fine Katana. Played Tactical Ingenuity. He used Let Go on that. But he's still losing. So I'm not sure why he let go of the Fine Katana. Oh no, it's obvious why. He's gonna try and dojo Matsu, isn't he? Matsu's on 3 to 7. Yeah, if you bound Matsu, it's a tie. You always try and slam down Toturi, but I don't think that's a great plan. Matsu can't ready, so I think you bound Matsu and hope he can't pump Toturi. So he's doing Kaizen's duel. No, he's doing Kikita Dojo duel. He's one skill up on Toturi. See, if he had kept the bid 1 so that Ross was still on 6, I think you could, yeah, I think you could safely assume they were both going to be 1 bids. But that's a really good duel, actually. That's if he didn't have the ready for battle, which it looks like he doesn't. But he does have one of those admit defeats. And Casper's thinking, so I wonder if he's got his second Voice of Honor in hand. He spent a while thinking about that one. if Ross has any military buffs, he could pull in this. Oh no, you definitely don't pull in the cunning negotiator. That's stupid. Oh, duelist training. He'll still lose the conflict because of the favor, but not losing the province is probably pretty tasty at this point. And then he's so Casper's not going to be able to defend the political conflict because of Ikehata. So I think what he does after this is swing political with the water ring, not at shameful display. He doesn't get any fate out of it, but he can then stand Kaizen and swing military after, so it can balance the game back to 3 provinces apiece with Casper going first next round, if that's a line he wants. Oh, I was about to say I'm not sure why this, but he's got in service to my lord in hand, doesn't he? So he's going to stand to Turi. Yep. You at least force him to play it by using the duelist training, but he only runs 1 in service to my lord as well. Because he's some kind of madman who doesn't want one of the best stands in the game. So Matsu brings in the Cunning Negotiator. Cunning Negotiator could use his duel, and that lets him shameful again, which is pretty good actually. If he can shameful the Toturi down, he can still be preventing the break. Not sure what Ross is gonna do here. I think he can. He's gonna lose the province to the military. There's nothing else he can do this turn without 4 mores. But I think he could stop the shameful here. And there we go. So 7 versus 3. Easy peasy. Honor your negotiator. Actually, he chose not to use his stronghold. I can see reasoning not to, because you know you're going to shameful, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to finish that thought, to be honest. So this cunning negotiator, this person, this crane person, is just single-handedly holding off Toturi using his cunning negotiations. I'm not sure what the attachment for formal invitation there is. It's a military conflict. Oh, no, obviously what it is, he doesn't want it to lose it to the Earth Ring. But he doesn't really have anything, he's used all his duels. I guess it's just worth having on the character. That said, he could have used that for shame to bow to Turi, and then he would have won the conflict. And it would have been the same deal as discarding it to the Ring of Earth, except Ross wouldn't have drawn a card. I feel like he might have been better playing the for shame there. Like, if he knows he's discarding to it, you know, you might hit another ready for battle or something, but I don't think there's much threat of it, because he would have probably ready for battled earlier instead of in service to my lord. And he doesn't have the non-unique to play another in service to my lord. I think I'd have liked to see the for shame on that Toturi. So he is pretty badly behind. He's got the first conflict next turn, and he does have strong characters in play, but the what's his face? Ikehata is still here next turn. So I know he's got the formal, but if he gets a good military conflict next turn, he can still covert with Ikehata. I think you're in a good spot. Oh yeah, Ikehata's reaction just honours up Kiyomo. Yeah, I think if he could have saved the Shameful this turn, I think he has a chance. This board is going to be silly. Motsu's going in the discard pile. As long as he flips something decent military, or not much happens over here, you military covert Kaizen into there, and then you just Spirit Call or whatever's the best thing out of here. Motsu or Berserker or whatever. Oh, alright. Ujiaki and the Favor, I think, just ends this game. He can buy Ujiaki and Lion's Pride Brawler and still have Fate left over, and then just Windmill Slam into those provinces. Doesn't even need to buy this actually, I guess, because he can use the Ujiaki, but I think getting more characters is better. He needs Ujiaki with a Fate on so that he doesn't get water bowed by like a Hotaru attack or something, but that's definitely the play for me. And like if Casper's really risky with Covert on the board, it's really risky for Casper to attack here anyway. So yeah, there we go. So Casper could do a Hotaru attack or something to try and force something to happen, but if I'm Lion, like, I just don't care. She'll probably do a double water and bow these two characters, and I still just wouldn't care, I don't think. You still just jam these into the stronghold. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe Ujiaki with Zentaro, just for more Ujiaki flips. Because he risks, like, flipping, like, his third Zentaro and holding here, and then he actually only gets one character. Yeah, like, Crane has to go, like, Hotaru political water here or here. It doesn't really matter. Not here, not into Shameful, obviously. But you go political water, not with that character. You go with Hotaru so that you can bow the Spirit Cooler and the Ikehata. So if he sends both of these in, yeah, I guess he's still bowing the covert. I think there's too risky. You only want to send one character. If he commits a bunch of stuff to oppose you, don't attack Shameful. His plan to Cunning Negotiator, I guess, but I don't like the 2-character attack. You go with Hotaru because she trades up, basically. She's already 9 strength, so Blind needs to do a lot to not get multiple characters bowed, and if they defend and don't win against her, then they have 3 characters bowed instead of 2. And also Shameful's not... Like, the Lion Province row outside of Shameful's no big deal. What's he got? I guess Revels is... Maybe he's scared of Revels on the row. I think I'd take the risk of hitting Revels rather than Shameful Display. Yeah, it is. I guess. Yeah, you can kind of negotiate at this, right, straight back, but negotiate is 8. So if you attack and then first action line Shameful's with say Ikehata, that's 8 versus 8, so it's actually not free because Lion can just jam 5 on the duel and then kind of negotiator doesn't actually get the Shameful off. Get the stronghold off, but I don't think that's useful. Yeah, return the offense is a possibility here as well, actually. But that's why I don't think you want to... I don't think you attack with both of them. I think you just... Were they both honoured? Yeah, so all that happened was he lost the honour on Hotaru, and he'll bow to guys. Like, he should just attack with Hotaru. I think. I think that... The graveyard's not that strong. That is a lot worse than that, because he can just military and covert Kaizen now. What's on the Crane Stronghold? Okay. So this will probably bow Ujiaki, but who cares? There's no military movement in for Kaizen, so that's the end of it. Oh yeah, and he discarded Zentaro from the province, so he's actually just made Ujiaki better. Because now he has more chances of hitting another character. Yeah. I mean, this is one that like he's not played. He's played at a mid level, like the sort of 3-3 kind of bracket where he's going through the motions right, but I think he's missing the consequences of things. Missing little things like he forgot his duel was political earlier and it's missed covert. Did he bow 2 people with Hotaru? Oh, he bowed the Kiyomo. Okay, yeah. I mean, he did well. He got to play him round as a new player, which is good experience for him. Ross is a very good player anyway. regardless of how this would have gone. I wouldn't GG out till he gains one more force. Oh wait, yeah, it's a Ujiaki. Ignore that. So GG. Win for Ross, which means Ross will be advancing to face Steve McLeish's Crab sometime in the next week or two. We still got Arwell versus Adam. Arwell's done pretty good. He's normally a like mid-tournament player, getting top 8. Dario versus Kalem, a nice lion mirror, I believe is due to start in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to turn off the stream for now, and then if I have time, I'm going to come back and try and cast that. If I don't have time, then I won't be around, but I'll post on the Discord if the stream's starting. So, cheers for coming along, guys. Give give it a couple minutes, you two. I need to check because my food might be being cooked, and if that's the case, I might be able to stream the start of it, but I can't finish, so there's no point doing it. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Just don't worry.